basically, would you want to draft Jordan Addison with the 17th pick? And there's some caveats, too. People were talking about drafting Addison, potentially just trading Diontae, so we could get like a second-round pick for Diontae, and we could address our other needs that way.
I think you got to let Diontae walk. I think you got to let him get up out of there.
Really?
Yeah, why is that?
I think you try to get something for him. I think you let him get up out of there and you bring in something. I think you draft the receiver. It's young and cheap. You know how it is. It's young, cheap. You get something talented, and it's kind of like you just replace that position, which you try to upgrade the. I think you know that 14 is your star. That's the star in the making, picking. So I think with him being the star in the making, that's your future number one. I think you're more fishing for a 1B, like a deep threat guy, a little bit more like they're looking for that guy to do the intermediate, the short, the zip routes and whatnot.
I feel like you're talking about Jordan Addison right now.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
But I feel like y'all talking about Diontae too. He don't consistently
I
catch
agree
it,
with you.
but y'all talking about him too.
But I think that's why you go at Addison, because you get a cheaper form of Diontae.
Okay.
I think the business comes in for sure.
He's cheaper than the 18, yes. But he's
And I
not
think
cheaper in the sense of the draft capital, though. You're going to have to give him at 17 or 32, right? It's going to be one of those first rounds.
Yeah,
one of those picks that you got to go with.
If you catch him at 17, you catch him. But I think we still got to see what the Calvin kid is. The kid that was here last year.
The real 4-2. He's the 4-2 guy. Yeah.
That's a 4-2 guy.
That's a real 4-2.
So, but I think 14 is going to be the threat. Pickens going to be the threat. And they're going to kind of let that be the guy. Okay. He looks like he's going to be the guy. And they're going to get that intermediate slant game, screen game from this next role. Okay. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for like a Addison type, or it's some guys coming up.
Yeah.
But I can see Addison getting the lead because of Pitt. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Like Pitt that.
We do kind of have that in Diontae. You're just talking about contract, though. You just want to.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
18,
I'm just saying.
He 18 off.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not the guy. I'm just saying that 18.
18
for,
a lot.
for
18's
the,
a lot.
yeah, 18 for the guy he is.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna let that go. Yeah. I don't think he'll get that.
I thought that's a prediction.
That is interesting. That you starting off with that? That's your hot take for you starting off already? Is that what you going with?
I thought that's what this year was. He got a 1 year. We'll give you some money. Prove it. We didn't want to get married to you. I feel like he didn't. I think we will all agree he's not going to get the second year. They're not. I don't think they'll give him the second.
TG talking spicy.
That's what I'm saying. That's not what we've seen. It's not. You didn't see that.
I think you're in the wrong field. You went into coaching. I think you should have went front office.
Ooh, TG say, look, bro, this finna go down. Okay.
He had the 1 year prove it last year. They paid him pretty well. He's already won the lottery.
No, without a doubt. Well. He's been compensated well, and he's going to get employed wherever else he goes. He's still going to get employed.
He's going to go get a job somewhere.
Yeah, without a doubt.
He's just not going to, or his number has to come drastically down. Like he didn't. They're not going to give him that.
But see, it's 2-18. Yeah, 18 again.
He's not going to get the second one.
So this is my question then. Versus trade, because I could see them exploring the trading option because what you laid out and what obviously what Deke said. But I also think of it in this sense. In terms of lowering that number, you could lower that number by extending. So do you think that could potentially come into play if you extend him?
I think that could come,
because then you could drop down that per year average. But I think he would, in a sense, if you're giving him the long-term security. Especially, he has to be feeling that same pressure that all of us can see when we say George Pickens is the number one receiver.
But I think the whole argument last year was he wanted that money.
He did.
He didn't want to lock into that long term.
True, but that was also before we drafted a George Pickens, and George came in here and did what he did. I think he has to understand that, right?
You think his mind changes?
Nah, you know his mind don't change. You know his mind don't change.
I think you trade that. I think you trade that. You see if you can get that off.
Man.
So here's what we got with him.
I don't even know if you can really trade it like that. I'm being honest.
Not for the 18. I think the 18 is a lot for him.
So here's what we got numbers wise. 2023 would be a $16 million cap hit. And we actually have him past 2023. It's 2024 too. It's $15 million cap hit.
Yeah, I just don't see it. If he's not a guaranteed, if that's not part of the guarantees, I'll see them letting him ride. Or they trade him off for a draft pick.
So this year, his dead cap is 19. So, yeah, you wouldn't cut him now. But then 2024, after next season, the dead cap is 5. So that'd be a $10 million difference.
Yeah.
It was a signing bonus how they did it. It's had to
these are the business aspects.
That is definitely that. Yep.
Yeah. So the fact that he is still in the books, they might keep him. That might change the game. You know, he give him this year. Let's see what you do again.
Because the only way you would have to have somebody take on that money.
Yeah, I think they try to trade him.
Yeah,
I think they try to trade him. I can see him on trade day.
Trade.
He'll for sure be in discussions.
Yeah, trade potential.
He'll for sure be in discussions, and they'll try to see if they can get a pick and get back in, and they'll go get a receiver. Yeah. There's some young guys in there.
It's got to be Addison.
Addison's the guy.
It's got to be.
Yeah,
that boy from Ohio State.
Addison.
That boy from Ohio State is cold.